As he was about to be spotted by the police searching the entire city for him, the woman beside him suddenly told him to stand still.
Wait.
Their position happened to be perfectly concealed by a cluster of balloons, allowing them to slip past the officer's line of sight. Then, during the escape, every time he was on the verge of being caught, the woman would give him a new hint.
Drop some money.
Had you put it in my hand?
Sure enough, just as the beggar bent down to pick up the coins. When John walked out of the mall and saw the pouring rain outside, he finally understood why the woman had insisted he take an umbrella a few minutes earlier.
Damn.
Relying on her ability to foresee the future, John managed to evade the pursuit. But they weren't criminals. On the contrary, they were key figures in the National Crime Prevention Bureau. The woman was one of 3 precogs gifted with prophetic abilities. They could foresee murders before they happened, even projecting fragments of the future crime scenes. Every time a vision appeared, the device connected to them would release 2 wooden spheres, one engraved with the victim's name, the other with the killer's. And John is the most famous captain in the Bureau. His job is to use the identities provided by the precogs, along with the fragmented images from their visions, to determine the exact location of the crime, and arrest the murderer in advance, stopping the crime before it occurred.
There you go.
It's a park.
Once they had a general area, John immediately led his team into action. Boarding a specialized aircraft, they reached the scene within minutes, but they still didn't know which house it was.
Shit. Which one is it?
At the same time, the would-be killer had discovered his wife's affair and was preparing to strike.
I forgot my glasses.
Oh!
You know how blind I am without them.
John keenly noticed that one house had its front door open. He quickly requested a reconfirmation of the vision from headquarters.
Did Marks close the front door?
Negative. The front door is open. The front door is open.
Time horizon 30 seconds.
Now there were only seconds left before the predicted time of the murder.
Oh, don't cry.
Marks!
John completed the mission at the very last second. All that remained was to scan the suspect's iris to confirm he was the person seen in the precog's vision. Once verified, the killer would be fitted with a specialized head restraint, and imprisoned in the Bureau, trapped in a dream from which he would never wake. Although the system of preventing crime through prediction had drastically reduced the crime rate, but it also sparked widespread concerns about fairness. So the next day, Danny from the Department of Justice was sent to investigate.
But let's not kid ourselves. We are arresting individuals who've broken no law.
The precogs see the future and they're never wrong.
But it's not the future if you stop. Isn't that a fundamental paradox?
Yes, it is. We're talking about predetermination, which happens all the time. Why'd you catch that?
Because it was gonna fall.
But it didn't fall. You caught it.
Looking at the 3 precogs floating in the pool, Danny said that he wasn't questioning the system. He was questioning human nature. Because once human beings are involved, there will inevitably be injustice and flaws.